Hi, my name is Nana and welcome to my channel, A Puzzling Lamb. I finally have a review video for you again. I know it's been a lot of haul videos recently, but this one, I promise you, is worth the wait because I am reviewing a herring puzzle. So I know this doesn't look like much, but I promise you there are some really special things inside this box. But first, there's a little bit of a story to this puzzle. So I first discovered herring puzzles in March 2024, shortly before they released their first puzzle, which is this one. And I fell in love immediately and knew I had to have this puzzle. So this is called Hastings 113, and the 113 is the number of pieces. And this puzzle is a tribute to the historical significance of the Battle of Hastings 1066, which I have never heard of before. There's also a little riddle within the puzzle. I'm kind of ignoring that. I'm really bad at riddles. It's a cool feature of the puzzle, but I'm really here for the puzzle and the pieces. Because what's so special about this is that it's a teeny tiny metal puzzle. I believe brass. Now, when this puzzle released, you only had 24 hours to order the puzzle. And then after the 24 hours, he produced the amount of puzzles that were ordered. So there are a limited amount of these puzzles. Now, for the main part of the story here, is that when I had ordered it, he first had to produce it, and then when it was shipped, it did take a while to get to me. It's a British brand, by the way, so it had to be shipped from England to Denmark, and I think it was caught in customs for like a week. So before I received this puzzle, after it was sent, but before I received mine, he had gotten some feedback that the puzzles did have some quality issues, and some of them were supposedly caused during shipping because of the way the puzzle was packaged. So what he did, he wrote out to all who had bought the puzzle, he would make some new puzzles, some new packaging, and send out a new puzzle to everyone who had bought one. That is amazing customer service. A lot of other brands would understandably had just said, check your puzzle. If you have quality issues, I will send you another one. He just did it to everyone. Just send a puzzle to everyone. Really, really amazing. So when I got my puzzle, of course, I had to do it right away. And it was correct. There were some quality issues. I believe there were some pieces that were still stuck together. I think I have some pictures. I'll put them up here. Then you can also get a little sneak peek of the image of the puzzle that I haven't shown yet. But there was also, I think the main issue, at least with mine, were that a lot of the red color were chipped off, which definitely had an impact on the overall effect of the puzzle. And I had planned to do a video when I got that puzzle, but of course I now wanted to wait until I had the new puzzle, which of course took some time. He had to create some new packages, make some new puzzles. But I have the new puzzle now, here. I can't actually remember when I got the new one here. I'll look it up and put it up on screen. Oh, and one thing I haven't talked about yet is the price. So these puzzles are, rightfully so, not cheap. I won't call them expensive, because for what they are, I really think they are the right price. But it is a lot of money to spend on one 113-piece puzzle. So this one cost £100, and then the shipping was only £5, which is extremely cheap for shipping from another country to Denmark. So I was really positively surprised by that. Now, we're not going to talk about all the import charges and stuff that came on top of that. That's not the brand's fault. I was prepared for that. But now it's time to take a closer look at the box and the pieces and put the puzzle together. see if there are still quality issues with the new puzzle here, or if they are all fixed, and see if this puzzle is worth the price tag. Let's start with taking a quick look at the original packaging, but I'm not going to go too much into detail as that is not how the packaging is anymore. You can see there was this little envelope with my name and a card with the name of the puzzle and a whole lot of information here. A certificate of ownership. So you can pause to read here, but you can see it says the name, what it's made of, how many pieces, a certificate number, date of purchase, and there's also this little riddle thing you can solve. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm really bad at riddles, but this is very nice. Then the box is a really good quality cardboard box with the name of the brand Herring Puzzles in red. That is magnetic here on the side, so open it up, and then you have a cloth, a pair of tweezers, and then the metal tin with the pieces in it. And it is really beautiful, this tin. You can see the pieces right now are just loose in here. I can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure the pieces didn't come loose in here like this. They were in some plastic bag or something. I don't know if some of the problems happened during shipping because the pieces did, move around in this metal box. But anyway, this is the old puzzle. Now the new packaging is here. It's a tin box now with Herring Puzzles in silver. Now mine is a little bit dented here. I'm guessing that happened during shipping. It doesn't really bother me because it's on the back like this. This is my second version of this puzzle. But I'm sure that if it did bother me, I could just have written to him and he would have sorted it out somehow. I mean, as you heard, the customer service with this brand is beyond excellent. So I'm sure if that happens to you, it can be fixed. It's just bad luck sometimes. Now, when we open up the tin, and as you saw, there's no other information on here. There's a little protection here. You have this cloth here in a resealable plastic bag. You have the tweezers. They were loose here. I'm pretty sure that's me that hasn't put them in properly. I don't think that's a problem generally that this doesn't stay in place. But you have the tweezers, some more protection, and then you have another metal tin, this time a longer, bigger, but thinner one. So I'm pretty sure that you can actually put together the puzzle inside this one, which I think is really nice. And also just look at this, it's really beautifully designed. You slide off the top like that. Then there's a little resealable bag with two teeny tiny pieces. So I think they're in their own separate bag just as an extra protection. Put these here. More protection here. And then you have the pieces themselves. Let's take a look at them in a moment. You can see inside this tin, there's this nice foam thing, and then you can put the puzzle together here. I've seen some pictures of other people doing it, and I'm pretty sure there's room both to have the pieces out as you put together the puzzle and then also for the completed puzzle. So I'm definitely going to put the puzzle together in this tin. Now you can see the bag with the pieces here. It is a sealed bag, so we are going to need a pair of scissors here to get them up. And then let's dump out the pieces here. And one thing I'll say, there's one still in the bag. That's my first immediate thought about these pieces, is just how heavy they feel. For such a tiny puzzle. There's really some weight to it. It really feels great. Now, I'm really interested in how I'm going to film this. I'm I'm not sure how well my camera is going to pick up these pieces because, as you can see, they are tiny. I can already see some whimsy pieces. There's a crown, there's a sword. Yeah, it's really exciting. And you can see that this is the back of the pieces, this gold, and then the front is red. This is an edge piece, so there's some text around the edge. I'm thinking that's what you're going to need to solve that riddle. Now let's take the tweezers here. So with pieces this size, you definitely are going to need these pair of tweezers. Also, just look at these, really great quality. It's not just some, cheap plastic ones or something. They're really great metal. And then the tip of the tweezers also feels really great quality. And though I don't know what they're made of, it's not metal, so they're not going to damage the pieces. Yeah, I don't really know what else there is to say about the pieces now. You can see here, if my camera can focus, this is a horse. You can see that gold detailing that creates the image. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. As I said, I have put together the other one, but it's been a while. Okay, let's take a look at the thickness of the pieces. I mean, these are almost, thicker than some cardboard puzzles, even though it's so tiny, tiny pieces. They feel, oh, look, I dropped one, nothing happened. So they feel really great quality. Yeah, it's just really impressive, this. I think what I'm going to do is turn over all the pieces, pull out all the whimsy pieces, and then, as you can see, the edge pieces are quite obvious, so I think I'm going to start there. I don't have an image of the image. I could go online and see it, but I think that's a big part of putting together a puzzle like this, is not knowing the image, not having it with you. With a puzzle like this, I don't think it's expensive, but it's a lot of money. So it's good that it does take a long time to put together. Obviously, it shouldn't be frustrating, but it's also nice that it's not over in 10 minutes, and it is only 113 pieces. So what is going to make this difficult is the size of the pieces, the fact that I don't have an image, and then also just, it is only 2 colors. It's red and it's gold. And then I think you can see here also that the image itself, it's cut into it. So the red is obviously, I don't know how it's made, painted, printed on. And then, some texture here. It's not completely flat. Yeah. I know this is going to be really beautiful when it's done. The other one was really beautiful when it was done, even though there were some quality issues. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I don't think I have anything more to say right now. I don't know what I'm most excited about here, putting the puzzle together or seeing how I'm going to film it. I really hope I can get some footage that's usable. So I will say now I'm trying to turn over the pieces. It is pretty easy to handle the pieces with these tweezers. And I'm sure it's only going to become easier the more I'm getting used to it. Look at this piece. It's so tiny. So tiny. I'm never not going to be impressed by this. Yeah. So let me get these pieces turned over, put together the edge. I'll come back in a while to let you know how it is to put together. So yeah, let's just get started with this beautiful, beautiful, very, very special puzzle. This is such a special experience putting together. As you can see, I started with the edge and then basically worked my way in, did the next ring of pieces. It was quite easy to find most of them. As you can see, it was just if one of the sides were completely red with no gold, it probably went around the edge here. Now, one thing before the sun disappears, and as you saw, I tried to take some footage of it, but just look how beautiful this puzzle is in the sun. I will definitely say, try and do this puzzle on a sunny day. It's so beautiful. It really shines, this puzzle, and you can see the shadows that the pieces make. Yeah, it's just really, really beautiful. As you can see, once I've done the edge, I tried to lay out all the pieces so I could see the shape of them properly, so they don't touch each other. I found another whimsy I didn't find the first time I went over the pieces. This tiny little dragon here, definitely my favorite whimsy piece of them all. I love that one. This is definitely a different kind of experience than putting together a cardboard puzzle. You do have to, be careful putting in the pieces, but it's not difficult to put in the pieces, and there's no doubt whether a piece is going in correctly. There's no false fits here. Now, there are two small quality things I have to mention, and I'll try and see if I can show you. But you can see there are still a few places where the red paint have chipped off. It's not at all as much as in the first puzzle I had, but I don't know if you can see there are a few places where I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be gold right there. And then another thing that I don't know if it is on purpose, but I don't think it is. So there are some places where it kind of looks like the gold and the, what is it called? Embossed, no, the etched in details don't match. I'll see where you can see it most clearly. Find a piece, perhaps here. Can you see how the embossed stops there, but the gold continues there? You can see it here, perhaps also. And again, I'm not sure if it's on purpose. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus, but you can see here, I think there's some text there. So can you see how the gold is further this way than the embossed is? Also think there's a few places with the text. You can see it. It's like the embossed is further towards the edge than the gold printing is. Now I'll have to check out some product images, see if it's like that on all of them. If it's a design choice or if it is a mistake, I don't know. And it really is being nitpicky here. It really is a small thing that, you can actually see it quite well here. Yeah, can you see it? But, I feel like I have to be really nitpicky with a puzzle in this price range. But, I don't know, does it say the same here on the... Yeah, I think it is supposed to be on top of. I have to see some product images to see. But besides that, it really is a wonderful experience. And during the puzzle, I really don't think about that very much at all. It's only because I'm, reviewing this for a video. I always notice more things than when I'm just doing it for fun. Let's take another look of the pieces here in the sun. Ooh, it's beautiful. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. There is a lot of looking at the piece shapes. I think there's going to be even more of it now that, I could just find pieces that didn't have very much gold on them. But yeah, it's a nice difficulty so far. Have no idea how long this is going to take me. I am not timing myself. It's been a while since I gave up on that when I'm just doing a puzzle for fun. But yeah, it's really beautiful. You can see here, I just found the horse whimsy here, and the piece that goes around its legs were very easy to find. So I think that was the first thing I did after doing the edge. But yeah, I really don't know. Oh, I think this piece goes here. Yeah. Sorry, just saw that. I'll get back to the puzzle now, and I'll get back to you once I've finished this puzzle. wow. Just wow. If I had to describe this puzzle with one word, it would be wow. But first, let's talk about the few quality issues that were there. As you saw, there was still a little bit of chipping in the red color, not nearly as much as in the first puzzle. And once the puzzle is complete and you're looking at it as a whole, it's not something I really notice, but it's there. And then I did take a look at the pictures of the first puzzle, and with that, the colors and the etching do align. So that is also definitely a mistake with this new puzzle, that it's that unaligned. Is that a word? But it really is only noticeable in the text around the edge of the puzzle. Some places there it is quite noticeable. But again, it didn't affect my overall experience with the puzzle. Like I said, when I do these reviews, I always try to really notice everything. So if I hadn't done this puzzle for a review, I might not have thought about it. But, once you see it, it is quite obvious. So that's definitely a negative. But other than those two tiny issues, this puzzle is such great quality. The pieces are just beautiful, and it's such a different experience putting this puzzle together than a normal cardboard puzzle. You do have to get a little bit used to using the tweezers, and I think perhaps you will have seen in the footage that there were times I did struggle a bit, but that was mostly because I had a camera right in front of me, so I actually couldn't see very well what I was doing. In the sections where I weren't filming, it was a lot easier. Yeah, it definitely added to the challenge, the size of the pieces, but it was such an amazing experience. And it's just really difficult to explain. It's something you really have to experience yourself. Now, for the packaging, I did really love the packaging of the old puzzle. I loved that little red tin the pieces came in. But the new packaging is even more amazing, I think. I really like the fact that the new tin also acts like a puzzle board for the puzzle. I really think that's a clever idea. So you have somewhere to put it that does have, a little bit of an edge around it so don't lose any pieces. Yeah, really well thought out. And also, as you saw, once the puzzle is complete, you don't have to take it apart. You can just keep it in the box, in the tin, completed, put together. So I really think that's nice, because this is a puzzle that I can see myself sometimes just taking out and looking at. But I am definitely also going to do this puzzle many times in the future. This really is a puzzle you have all your life. Now, another thing that was also really great quality is the tweezers. And I know it might seem like a small thing, but it really is something that adds to the experience, or it would definitely take from the experience if it had just been, cheap plastic tweezers or something. But these were great quality and easy to work with. And yeah, just overall, everything, the pieces, the packaging, the tweezers, everything was just great quality and really screamed luxury. Now, since this puzzle was released, I believe there's been 2 puzzles also released. Now, all of the puzzles that this brand have made are sold out now. I'm not quite sure that the release of the other 2 puzzles was the same way as the first one here, where you had 24 hours to order and then it were produced. Perhaps they were already produced, but in a limited number, I don't know. But, they're all sold out now. So if you're interested in these puzzles, be sure to go to the website. I'll link it down below, and sign up for news so you don't miss another release. But back to the other 2 puzzles. Stamp puzzles. I'll put some pictures up here, and I really love that idea also. I think it is like reproductions of actual old stamps, and especially the green one. I really love that one. I would have loved to have that one. I actually think that if I had the choice between all 3 puzzles when I ordered mine, I probably would have preferred that green stamp puzzle compared to the one I have. But there is something special about having the first one that was made. Now, for the price, I also think the other 2 here were £100. So at least for now, it looks like that's the price they're going with for the puzzles. And now, am I going to buy more of these puzzles in the future? Probably not. But it's not because of the puzzles, and it's actually not because of the price either. I think the price is really fair. But when I buy from Britain, England, there's always a really high risk that there's going to be added a lot of extra charges on top. So for me, it's just something that's probably a bit out of my price range. This first puzzle here was an extra treat for me. Now I have one of these puzzles. I'm probably not going to spend the money on another one. But saying that, I do really recommend them. And I would definitely say that if you want a really special puzzle in your collection, get at least one of these, just one of them. And also, depending on where you live and what the rule is with importing stuff, it might not be that more expensive for you than the £105 with shipping. So yeah, I might not buy more of these in the future, but I definitely recommend that you do if you have the budget for them. They are amazing puzzles and a truly, truly special addition to a puzzle collection. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Could you ever see yourself buying a puzzle like this, buying a puzzle in this price range? Have you already bought one of the puzzles, and what do you think of them? I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing.